Hello everybody, it is me, Jordan Young, aka Sneakernomics, back with another certified hood classic. Today we are going through my top 10 sneakers from 2023. It was definitely a good year as a collector for buying sneakers this year. I feel like I've bought more sneakers this year than any other year ever. Really cool shoes have been available, the resale market has softened up massively. It's been good times. It also feels like we've had more sneaker drops than ever before as well. I don't know if this is literally the case or I'm just more cognizant of it because I've been more in the habit of making regular sneaker content. Either way, this is my list, and I will say this, I like all the shoes on this list, but I don't love them. Starting off at number 10, we have the Air Jordan 3 Reimagined. Starting off with a little bit of a hot take, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have got the Reimagined 3s way higher on the list. In fact, I know plenty of people out there that have this as their best sneaker of the year. But the reason they feature so low on the list is because we've had white cement 3s a few times in the past 10 or 12 years. And for me, a sneaker of the year shouldn't be a shoe that we've seen multiple times over in the recent past. And so whilst I do really like this take on the WC3, I like the shape, I like the elephant print, I think there's some tasteful reimagining details. They are coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9, the Nike Air Force 1 Low Tiffany. This also could be a hot take for some of you guys out there. The reason these are on the list is because I've had them in hands now for a few weeks, I've had them on foot, and I've actually really come around to them. I really appreciate the quality, the discreet, tasteful details. I think the collaboration in and of itself is awesome. Packaging, the release, the extra accessories. It's very much one of those collector's type pieces. As collectors, we like to have the type of stuff that not everybody has, and this is very much one of those types of pairs. It's one of those if you know type pairs. To the everyday casual, it just looks like a plain Jane pair of black Air Force Ones, but if you happen to be wearing these and come across someone who knows what they're looking at, you are bound to get that sneaker nod. At number 8, the J Balvin Air Jordan 3s. This shoe was involved in one of the best sneaker celebrity back and forths of the entire year between DJ Khaled and J Balvin himself. The quality is great, colorway is awesome, the packaging is fantastic, storytelling is really simple and really well executed. Coming in at number 7, it's the only pair of New Balance that I've decided to put on the list. It's the 1906R Aimé Leon Dawes. The reason I have these on the list is I am a huge fan of the 1906R. It is one of the most comfiest sneakers in my entire collection. I wear a pair every day to run in and to take the dogs for walks in, and this colorway is right up my alley. Green is my favorite color. The creamy accents on the mesh just make this a color palette to die for, at least for me anyway. And they have just the right amount of luxury ALD type touches with the luxurious liner, subtle co-branding details. It's just a really nice shoe. Coming in at number 6, it's the Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott Olive. Funnily enough, out of all of the top 10, these are probably the most worn pair I have. I took these on holiday to Aotearoa, New Zealand with me. I regularly wear them as beaters, and I'm a big fan of them. Okay, into the top 5, here we go. And at number 5, it is the Saucony Gridazura 2000 J-Tips. I'm not gonna lie, before this shoe, I didn't know who J-Tips was. Certainly wasn't into the Gridazura 2000. And thanks to the magic that he made with this shoe, I can now say I'm a huge fan of both the model and the artist. These had such a big impact on sneaker culture this year. Release, the reception, the accolades. I mean, this sneaker won Best Collaboration at the Footwear News Awards recently. I think the fact that J-Tips managed to make such a splash with this shoe, given it's a pretty obscure model from a lesser known brand like Saucony, is a testament to the great job he has done. These are definitely the loudest pair on this list. The different materials, the comfort, the details. I love the line, remember who fronted on the midsole. Packaging's wicked. It's just an all-around awesome shoe, really exciting, and top 5. At number 4, we have the Nike Cortez Air Max 95 in the pink beams colorway. Now I have a little bit of a bias because I'm a London native. I've been living in London now for just about 20 years, and so I have seen the Cortez brand rise up from nothing to the international streetwear powerhouse it has become here in 2023. You guys remember how hot this release was when it dropped, right? I mean, you remember remember the scenes in New York when the location for this shoe was leaked. I don't have to remind you about people climbing onto buses and people being carted off to the emergency room in Paris when the French version dropped. The release around this shoe was
a madness, bro.
And the shoe itself is really clean, really simple, really nice materials, and the little subtle pink hits give this shoe just enough subtle pop. And I think it's super cool for an Air Max 95 to get some hype. Before we crack into the top 3, I want to give a special mention to these 3 pairs. First of all, one of my favorite Jordan retros from this year, the Cherry 12s. I'm a huge sucker for Air Jordan 12s. It was, in fact, my very first Air Jordan model back in 1997. My dad bought me a pair of the playoffs. Another special mention has to go to these, the Bad Bunny Campus. The quality on these is really good. I love the leather. I love the hairy suede. I love the beefed up campus silhouette. These very, very nearly cracked my top 10 because I've enjoyed wearing them so much as well. And last up, a special mention to the DMP 11s, aka the Gratitudes. The Jordan 11 is my favorite Jordan of all time. And the holiday Jordan release at one point in my sneaker collecting career would have been the top sneaker of the year without doubt. And I've always wanted a pair of DMPs, and so am delighted to finally have a pair, even if they're not strictly one-to-one compared to the 2006 release. All right, here we go into the top 3, and at number 3 we have the Adidas and Kith Ronnie Fieg Clark's Originals Sambas. It's been a huge year for the Samba again, and this particular variant of the Samba, in my opinion, was the best of the year. The addition of the Clark's Originals Wallaby outsole was a stroke of genius. Sometimes the best design additions are the simplest ones. That is sneaker collaborative success 101. I'm a big fan of how this shoe feels on foot. I'm a big fan of how it looks on foot. And I'm a huge fan of just how versatile it is in terms of styling. And coming in at number 2, it's the Air Jordan 4 SB. No surprises here. I'm sure this is most people's sneaker of the year or right up there. I will admit they are a little bit overhyped at this point, but I think the hype is justified. The quality of the materials is really good. The comfort is really good, at least in my opinion. It was so good to see a Air Jordan 4 shape that looks very reminiscent of the 1989 shapes. Add to this a very wearable and very cool colorway, again, the green, and you have just an all-around W shoe. And here we go at number 1, my favorite sneaker release of the year is the Nike SB Dunk Low Crenshaw Skate Clubs. That's right, that's my favorite shoe of the year. They're just so cool. I've had this shoe for a few months now, and this is one of the shoes that when I'm kind of not sure what to wear, I want to wear a really cool pair of shoes, this is the pair that I grab for. Love the colorway, I love the materials, I think they pop great with the yellow laces, and it's one of those shoes that gets better the more you learn about it. When you look into the backstory of the collaboration with Crenshaw Skate Club, when you look at the attention to detail in the form of all of the different Easter eggs that are found in this shoe, it really feels like this was a collaboration that was thought about. You know, these guys wanted to bring value, and that's what they did with this shoe. My top shoe of the year right there. And that is my list. If you catch me on a different day, I might rearrange some of the orders. I don't think it's the order that's that important. These are 10 of my most favorite sneakers that dropped this year that I picked up. Let me know what you guys thought of my list down below in the comments, and thank you as always for taking the time to watch. I really appreciate it. Do me a favor and hit the like button before you bounce, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care for now. Peace.